So, if you guys remember Nick Rekieta from Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota, back as his channel started backsliding, kind of disintegrating, a lot of people, especially like Andy Worski with his PhD in cocaine studies, indicated that he believed Nick Rekieta was taking part in cocaine. Well, after a while, things kind of all disintegrated. He ended up getting into the swinging polycule with Aaron Imholt from the Steel Toe Morning Show and his wife at the time, April Imholt. And about this time last year, remember, last Friday was the arrestiversary, as Nick liked to talk about it. The anniversary is him getting arrested as a result of a raid by the Kaneohe County, Minnesota Sheriff's Office on his home in Spicer, Minnesota. In the home, they found at the time about 26 grams of cocaine, which later pled down to 19. I mean, what's 7 grams amongst friends, really, when you're talking about it? What's really 7 grams amongst friends? Anyways, he pled down to 19 grams of cocaine. With that, Nick is entered into a diversion program where he basically has to comply with the terms and conditions of probation, follow treatment, and basically be a good little boy for the next 5 years, and they'll dismiss the case against him. At the time in his home, April was there being, the side piece, and Kayla was there being, I don't know, whatever you want to call her at that point. It's up to you. Be creative. So they found the coke all over. They found the coke in the bedroom. The house apparently looked like a Haitian refugee camp. And on top of this, Children's Services got involved, took the children from the home because of the drugs being found in the house. But also, I mean, there were reports from members of the church community where these kids were involved in. The kids were smelly. They weren't being cared for. And just overall, like you'd argue, not abuse, but neglect. Now, after months and months and months and months and months, allegedly, according to Nick, the case is done and over with. Although the easiest way to tell us that or show us that would be like, a judgment entry from the juvenile court saying like this case is closed and terminated. Because those things do exist. You could always show us, but who knows? Who knows if it's really true? Now we are to the point of the body cams. So the police wore body cams. They went into the house. They searched the house. And, as part of newsworthy stories, we would like to see what's on those body cams. Well, today something got filed by the prosecution in this case. And it's interesting. It's very interesting and it's very revealing here. So what happened? Well, I think, all the things Nick Rekieta stood for, I think are literally crashing and burning before our eyes. So a notice of a motion and motion to correct court records. Okay. So what is this? To the honorable judge and the above named defendant and defendant's attorney. Okay. Please be advised the state of Minnesota brings the following motion. The state of Minnesota moved the court as follows. For an order or any such action it deems necessary to correct court records, which is true. You have the right to have records corrected. The court can correct records on its own. It's called a nunc-pro-tunc entry. To properly reflect, the 2 body cams were never offered or received as exhibits at the omnibus hearing. So, what do you want them to do? I mean, they're on the record. They're admitted into the record. The official court record. We're going to get to, I think there's some problems here. So the state is requesting, which has the support of Francis White, attorney for Mr. Rekieta, for the court to correct its records indicate the 2 body cams were neither offered nor received as exhibits. The import of this issue is significant under Minnesota's statutes where it says any investigative data presented as evidence in court shall be public. So I have now, what does this all mean right here? Well, the prosecutors made a motion. Nick's like, yes, I agree. Daddy government, I agree with you. But what do they want to do? So they said they attached a copy of the omnibus transcript in the court's order. Okay. Prior to the omnibus hearing, certain items were uploaded onto the Minnesota evidence system, or whatever the hell this is, for potential use. I forget now. I don't really care. I'm not in Minnesota. At the hearing, however, the court and the parties were discussing relevant issues. White indicated to the court that it could get rid of the 2 body cam videos as stated conceded on a particular issue. White indicated the evidence wouldn't be relevant on the remaining issues. Use of the words get rid of is a clear indication that the body cams were never offered as evidence. This is further demonstrated as conversation followed on the other exhibits. The transcripts show the conversation on the Steel Toe Morning Show video. The application for the search warrant, yes. An HHS letter, yes. A PowerPoint, yes. I mean, they're just bringing up, hey, remember this part where Nick and his attorney ate their shit in court. A screenshot from a stream, and Detective Pomplin's supplemental report. And they say it's further supported review by the court's own omnibus order. The court's order on pages 1 and 2 clearly identifies exhibits that were presented. There are 4 items that were media type exhibits. Those are 2, 4, 6, and 10. With exhibit 6 was clearly identified as a stream video, which is not a body cam video. And 10 was identified as the Nick Rekieta stream. Exhibits 2 and 4 were identified within the omnibus transcript as the PowerPoint presentation and the Rekieta video. Clearly, if the body cams had been presented and received, the court's own omnibus order would have indicated it so, as it indicated the other exhibits were received. The state requests that the court correct its own records and indicate the body cams were not offered nor received as evidence. And this is interesting, signed by Shane Baker, the Candy Ojai County attorney. So what happened? You know, the people who are trying to put Nick Rekieta in a cage, he goes up to him and says, Mr. Prosecutor Man, can you help me? I'm sure he actually said, like, Mr. Prosecutor Man, whoa, that was a little bit of a hit there. Whoa, woo, Mr. Prosecutor Man, can you help me do something, Mr. Prosecutor Man? We need to stop the Steel Toe Man from winning again. We can't let Keanu win again. We can't let the Kiwi Farms win again, sir. I mean, that's the best part of all. Yes. On my shirt's blue, but yes, while he's saying this is blue, he's like, look at my blue fingers. Help me, help me. Running up to the government and tugging at their skirt. Please help me, Mr. Government Man. Oh. You know, I guess that, hey, free speech, transparency, sunlight. I guess that was all just, that was all lip service. Sunshine being the best disinfectant. I mean, where did it all go? Where'd you go? I miss you so. It seems like it's been forever since you've had a show. Nick, where were you, man? Where'd you go? You're like Mr. Freeze Peach. You had more frozen peaches than Walmart does in the frozen food aisle. Not anymore, though. Not anymore. Not anymore. Begging the government to help you out. I guess it is what it is, chat. I guess it is what it is. Yeah, Nick seems pretty sure we're not getting it. And I don't know. Maybe he will. But I mean, goddamn. He is adamant not to get it. I mean, think about it, though. He had to go cry to the prosecutor. Mr. Prosecutor, help me. That's what he did. He had to go get his Barnes walker and go, Frank, I need your help. No, the Kiwi Farmers, I need help, please. I mean, I will say this much. At least the prosecutor wrote the motion. God knows if Frank White had written this motion, it would have been an absolute dog shit, and the court would have been like, actually, I guess we're going to have to give it away, and they'd mail out copies to everyone in the county. So I guess it's a good thing the prosecutor himself wrote this motion. But, oh, God, I guess we can't see the truth. Can't see the truth. Can't see the truth. So I think it's interesting, though. I mean, yes. Okay, so issue a nunc-pro-tunc. That's not on the order. They're still in the court record, though, at this point. It's a little too late for that. They are in the court record, and that's a problem. I don't think you can remove them. I would argue you can't remove them. It's part of the court record. You cannot alter the court record like that. It's like trying to remove a motion. Sorry, it's there. The court may have up. It's too late now. It's too late now. It's too late. You shouldn't be able to do that. At some point, the public's right and the First Amendment, uber alles. I get it, and how he handles stuff, and you can hear him, nuking people, and I don't want you can't talk about that. We're done talking about, okay, sorry, but this is the public's, forum. The people should be allowed to see it. If it, fine. It was never on it was never in the motion. It was never in the court order. Okay, great, but it's still there. So, I mean, are you just asking to fix the orders? Or are you trying to get the court to remove them? I think it's too late now. I'd argue it's too late. The public has right to access court records. So how will the judge rule? We don't know. We don't know right now. We don't know. I'd like to think the judge would do the right thing and say, fine, I'll amend the order. I'll amend the order, dunk pro dunk, but the things are still there. It's still in evidence. So people can go for it or whatever they got to do for it.